Hey everyone, this is Final Round and my name is Jordan. This video will be for Sunday's game ones. Missed Saturday's game ones. Sometimes you're sitting there and you have to make a decision, family and health, or something else that you don't need to do, but would be beneficial to do, and you just choose family and health, and you put a smile on, you live with the results. But anyway, I'm going to break down each game. I have some picks for each game, except for one of them. And let's get started. You will see images that come up on the screen right here. That's from a data app called Outlier. There will be a link in the description for a 7-day free trial for Outlier. So his first game is the Grizzlies at the Thunder. Thunder are 13.5-point favorites. Season series, Thunder are 4-0 against the Grizzlies with an average winning margin of 19 points. So I can't find a pick that I feel too confident about in this one, but the Thunder are just so well-rounded. The Grizzlies will definitely need to be playing their best basketball just to make these games competitive. So as of right now, I don't have anything. My thoughts were, potentially going after Ja Morant on the under because, that's a key guy to go after. But they do have some other scorers, so you don't want to just try to take him out of the game because then you open things up for guys like Desmond Bane, Jaren Jackson Jr. Then another thought was potentially like Zach Edey on the under. But he's been playing a lot more minutes lately. I just feel like the Thunder could go with a lineup with Chet Holmgren at the center position and really just take Zach Edey out of the game. With that, I'm going to jump into this second game. It's the Magic at the Celtics. Celtics are also 13.5-point favorites. Everyone is healthy for the Celtics. The Magic, they won their game against the Hawks. So both of these teams play a pretty slow pace. The Magic, they've been dealing with injuries all year long, and it's just they just don't have the offensive firepower to really stay there with the Celtics. It's pretty much Paolo Banchero, Franz Wagner taking a lot of shots. Against the Hawks defense isn't too great. They tried to double team Paolo Banchero, and they actually got some good shots for other guys, and they were able to knock them down. The Celtics don't need to double team him. They have the defenders like Jason Tatum that can still disrupt Paolo Banchero and disrupt Franz Wagner and their whole offense. So keys here for the Celtics really is to just get out to a lead early, and I don't know if the Magic have it in them to just play catch up the entire game, and I don't think they have it in them to get a big lead and hold it against the Celtics. So it's going to be a really tough series for them. I think that they have a bright future and all, but just the injuries this year have just been devastating. A play that I do like is going to be Paolo Banchero under 37.5 points, rebounds, and assists. Very tough matchup here at the power forward position against the Celtics, and there's the blowout potential. And with it being game one, if it's a big blowout, the Magic might just say, okay, let's let this one go and make some adjustments for game two. Boston's giving up the second least points, the third least rebounds, and the third least assists to the power forward position. Like I said, the Celtics have the guys to slow him down, really disrupt him. He is capable of going off for a huge game, but he's gone under in both games this year versus Celtics. The one you see on the screen that he went over, that was last season, but I actually went back to that game and I took a look at it. It was a 17-point blowout. The Celtics won, and Paolo Banchero had to take 30 shots. Franz Wagner did not take many shots, and the rest of the team didn't take many shots at all. So it was Paolo Banchero pretty much doing absolutely everything in a blowout where the Celtics, their main guys, didn't play much. And they just kind of had their backups in there. Paolo Banchero was getting some garbage time points and all that. So Outlier has insights, just kind of random generated insights based off the stats, and they have that Paolo Banchero's gone under in 13 out of 17 games this year versus top 10 scoring defenses. So the best defenses against scoring. So if you guys could, please like the video. And if you haven't, please subscribe to the channel. And if you have a little bit of extra time, could you leave a comment for the algorithm? You could just say 1 for game 1, and that helps get this video out there for more people to see. And also, if you want to get away from Prizepicks, try out a new app, something with dynamic payouts. Check out Underdog Fantasy and Sleeper. I think those are the 2 most user-friendly ones to jump to. And then ParlayPlay and ChalkBoard and BETR all have some unique things to them. That would be like the next ones to try. So check them out. Underdog is matching your first deposit up to $1,000. The rest are doing up to $100. Links are in the description. And promo code is find around 11. This next game, let's talk about my team, the Cleveland Cavaliers. The Heat at the Cleveland Cavaliers. The Cavaliers are 12.5-point favorites. Cavs are 2-1 versus the Heat this year and 2-0 versus the Heat without Jimmy Butler. I think the Heat are going to come out here within the intensity that they have been playing at. They had to play from the bad playing game for 2 games. And they won both of them, and they had to play at a high intensity. So I think they come out in the first quarter, and the Cavaliers have kind of been sitting around, and I think they kind of punch them in the mouth pretty early and wake them up a little bit, because the Cavaliers have been kind of off and on, just playing randomly, resting some of their best players throughout the end of the year. And I think they come out slow to start off this game, to maybe start off this series, until they get everything back together as a well-oiled machine like they were for a majority of the year, with big win streaks and all that. The last game the Heat played versus the Hawks, the Heat don't have too much depth to them. So they really struggled against the Hawks' depth, and that Hawks' depth kept them in the game. And that was Caris LeVert and Georges Niang, ironically, 2 guys that the Cavaliers traded to the Hawks, and Niang had 20 points and LeVert had 15, and they traded both of those guys for a guy named DeAndre Hunter, and I like him over 11.5 points in this matchup. This season versus the Heat, he had 26 points when he played with the Hawks, and then he had 16 points when he played with the Cavaliers. So since the Cavaliers have had guys in and out just resting, it's kind of hard to find data that's going to kind of help us project what he's going to do. So I filtered the outlier to pretty much all the 8 main guys that the Cavaliers would play. And I got 10 different games, and he went over in 7 out of the 10 games. One of those was versus the Heat, where he scored 16 points. So I do like DeAndre Hunter to come here off the bench and be one of those guys that was like Caris LeVert getting 15 points, or Georges Niang getting 20 points, off the bench in that forward type role. I know LeVert's a shooting guard, but you know what I mean. This final game is the Warriors at the Rockets. Rockets are 1-point favorites, probably the most exciting game of the day, or should be an exciting series. Warriors are leading the season series 3-2. This should be a slow pace, high defense, tons of rebound opportunities to go around, and just a really tough series. So a lot of the lines have been just bumped up and down and all over the place, and is really difficult to find one that I could settle in on. Like I was looking at Jalen Green on his under, but it's been bumped down like 2 total points. I think Jimmy Butler's line is it's kind of high based off what he has done. Steph Curry, you never know with him. You don't want to fade him. But the last time he played the Rockets, he did awful against them. This is going to just be a really tough series. A lot of these guys just haven't been too consistent. But I did find a line that I was surprised it hasn't been bumped around like crazy. I like Fred VanVleet under 14.5 points at -125. He's gone under in 5 out of his last 6 games. Also gone under in 4 out of 4 games versus the Warriors this year. And the most he has scored is 13 points in his career versus the Warriors as a Rocket, and that's in 7 total games. So the Warriors give up the 3rd least points to the point guard position, so the matchup is not good. And if he ends up going over, then it is what it is. All the data is in favor of him not going over. I feel like he's going to take the shots when they're available, but still give it to his playmakers and play the way they've been playing. So if you'd like to discuss lines further, I have a Discord. Link is in the description. You can hop on in there, talk about baseball. My baseball guy, Mark, did great. Got 5 out of 7 home run picks correct. That wasn't in the Discord. That was on his channel, Scoreboard Don't Lie. But the Discord is free, and there were people, someone hit $5 for about $9 to $10,000 off home run plays. Another person hit $5 for about $5,000 off home run plays. So that's been going crazy there in the Discord, and it's all free stuff. You don't have to pay anything for it. And as far as the recap goes, I had Davian Mitchell for 6 assists. I should have just went back to the points assist. My fear was that he took 5 shots the game before, and he normally takes 10 plus. They went to overtime, and he did end up taking 10 plus, and he went crazy. He had a ton of potential assists, and I feel like he should have gone over, but he did not. Then I had Brandon Williams for the Mavericks. I felt like that was a great read. Just a guy that nobody knew about or anything, and he had just been crushing it, and he crushed his line again. So I did have 2 parlays. I had one for plus 120, and then I had kind of an alt down one where Mitchell would have hit his assist. So if you took the safer one, you would have hit that parlay. So hopefully we have a pretty good read on these games. We'll have to make adjustments to the next games. I did pay attention to all the ones on Saturday, and we'll have to try to kind of predict the adjustments that are going to be made because they will be making adjustments and the games will not be the same. So God bless you all. Have a happy Easter. It's fun around. My name is Jordan. I will catch you on the next one. Bye.